Hello, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and please check out my channel for other updates. So the last update about Twist of Fate. Nick exposed Aliyah and Rhea, and Rambo got shot while saving Prachi. Then Pallavi curses Prachi that Prachi would never become a mother in her entire life because Rambo was shot and he was fighting for his life at the hospital. Let's continue. Prachi was scolding Shahana for informing Pallavi about her pregnancy, and she says it is good that Pallavi did not pay attention to her words, else there would have been a problem. She wants Rambo to know first about her pregnancy, and Shahana apologized to her. Prachi says that nobody should know that she is pregnant with Rambo's child. Vikram overhears their conversation and says that he heard it. Rhea vents out her anger on Nick for shooting Rambo and eat him. Nick says Tony shot Rambo and he wanted to shoot Prachi, but Rambo as usual came in between. Nick says that he tried to kill Prachi twice and it is not his fault if Rambo saved Prachi. He just needs his money and Pretty back. Aliyah says she will give his money. Rhea says she would have to return to the hospital and she walks away. Aliyah gives the money to Nick and returns Pretty. Pretty asks about her job. Aliyah says she would inform everyone that Pretty went on a long leave and she will call her back once everything settles down. Nick and Pretty walks away. Aliyah thinks that she shot both evidences mouth with money and now nobody can find out about her crime. Vikram asks Prachi and Shahana that what were they talking about. Shahana says she angrily confronted Pallavi, so Prachi scolded her and asked her to keep her mouth shut. Vikram says Prachi was talking about some baby. Shahana says Prachi is talking about Rambo as Pallavi is worried about her kid. Vikram says that Pallavi is very possessive about her son and she goes blind when something happens to Rambo. Even now, she doesn't understand Rambo's love for Prachi and she reacted on Prachi. Vikram asks Prachi not to feel bad for Pallavi's rude behavior. Prachi says she can understand a mother's concern and she cannot imagine Pallavi's pain. Vikram leaves. Prachi tells Shahana that she is having a stomach ache and she asks her to check if a gynecologist is available. Vikram consoles the crying Pallavi and asks her to stop crying before Grandma comes there. Grandma comes there and asks about Rambo. The doctor passes by and informs them that Rambo is out of danger now and they can meet him. The doctor performs Prachi's ultrasound and scolded her for being careless about her baby and says she needs to take care of her baby well and she cannot run around. Prachi recalls falling on the floor with Rambo and asks if her baby is fine as she fell down. The doctor suggested to Prachi to be stress-free and speak to her husband about it if she has any problem. She should visit the parent house and if she cannot, then she should visit her friend or go on a vacation. In short, Prachi needs to be stress-free. The doctor asks Prachi for her gynecologist number as she needs to speak to her regarding her high-risk pregnancy. Prachi gives the doctor her gynecologist number and reveals that her husband was shot and that is why she is in stress and she leaves the doctor's office. Grandma with Vikram and Pallavi visit Rambo's hospital room. The nurse says that they cannot enter like that. The doctor says that he was the one that permitted them. Pallavi shows her concern for Rambo. Grandma blames herself for Rambo's condition. Rambo acted as having severe pain hearing their concern for him. They both show more concern. Rambo laughs and says that he cannot see them stressed. He then asks Vikram about Prachi. Vikram says Prachi is fine. Pallavi says that Prachi must be fine as Vikram says and says Rhea is more injured and she is in pain, so Rambo should be concerned for Rhea instead. Rhea returns to the hospital and asks the nurse to bandage her wound. Aliyah walks in next and calls Rhea to find out where she is. Rhea gives Aliyah a location. The nurse tells Rhea that she bandaged her wound and she will send the doctor for a prescription of medicines. Pallavi continues badmouthing about Prachi to Rambo. Rambo asks Vikram about Prachi's location. Vikram says that she was here in the hospital, but they don't know where she is now. Pallavi says that Prachi must have left and says if her husband was in the hospital, then she never would have left him alone. Grandma asks that why don't they question Rhea as she considered Rhea as Rambo's wife. Pallavi says let Rhea get herself treated and then she will take care of Rambo. The door opens. Rambo thinks that Prachi has come. Rhea walks in instead with Aliyah. Rambo says he is fine and Rhea doesn't need to worry about him. Aliyah says Rhea is very much worried for him. Rambo says he is feeling fine and he wants to go back home now. He seeks permission from the doctor for discharge. Rhea thanks Rambo for saving her life. Prachi with Shahana collect Prachi's medical report. The receptionist congratulates her and informs Prachi that her husband Rambro has gained consciousness and is out of danger now. Prachi thanks the receptionist and requests her not to inform about her pregnancy to any of her family members as she wants to surprise them. The receptionist agrees. A gynecologist meets Prachi and tells her that she talked to her gynecologist and she briefed her about her condition. The gynecologist says that she is disappointed with Prachi as her gynecologist told her that she warned her against taking any stress. Prachi says that she knows about her high-risk pregnancy and stress warning, but her husband was attacked recently and obviously she is under stress. The doctor walks away saying that she understands. Vikram informs Rambro that he has finished the discharge formalities and they can take Rambro home. Rambro says that his dad is the best and he tries to get up but he stumbles. The family oats him. Rhea touches his face and says that her husband is the strongest. Rambro feels awkward hearing that. Prachi excitedly rushes to Rambro's room to meet him, but he finds his room empty. The nurse informs Prachi that Rambro has been discharged and he has left for home with his family and wife. Prachi feels sad hearing that. Rambro stumbles while walking and asks for a wheelchair. Rhea gets a wheelchair for him. At home, Aliyah asks Rhea if Rambro slept. Rhea says that Rambro is asleep because of the sleep-inducing medicine, but he can listen to everything subconsciously. Aliyah asks Rhea to stop using heavy medical terminologies because she is already stressed. Rhea asks her about Preeti. Aliyah says she has sent her away as she cannot trust a servant and she wants to keep the last night's secret to be a secret. Prachi with Shahana returns home and asks about Rambro. Both Aliyah and Rhea ignored her and get busy in themselves. Prachi asks them again about Rambro and walks away. Shahana taunts them and also walks away. Rhea says she thinks that she would have hired Nick to kill Shahana. Aliyah stops her and says that someone might hear it and asks her to keep the last night's secret as secret and she should never talk about Nick again. Rhea says that once Rambro wakes up, then it would definitely question Prachi's involvement in this case and why would she drop the chandelier on herself to gain his attention? They may be questioned soon, so it is better Rambro doesn't meet Prachi. Aliyah says both Vikram and Grandma are not at home. Vikram takes Grandma to the hospital when she incurred a leg sprain due to Aliyah clashing with her and making her fall down. Grandma curses Aliyah. Vikram asks her to tell the doctor that she got a sprain while walking and says she should follow the doctor's instructions and take rest and medicine. Grandma says that Vikram's tongue is sharp and he speaks a lot in front of everyone, but he gets mute in front of his wife. Vikram jokes on Pallavi and laughs. Prachi walks speedily towards Rambro's room. Shahana asks her not to as she may slip and fall. Prachi says that she wants to meet Rambro as he may want to meet her. She doesn't find him in the room and she thinks that where must he be? She then noticed Aliyah and asks that where is Rambro, and she knows that he has been discharged from the hospital and he must be eager to meet her. Pallavi says that Rambro did not ask about her and he is not worried for her and he is happy instead. Prachi asks that where is he? Pallavi says that he is sleeping in his room. Prachi says that she couldn't find him there. Pallavi says that he is sleeping in a room where he used to stay with her and says if her questions are finished, can she ask something from her? Pallavi asks Prachi for the peace of the house and says she knows that Prachi will not leave this house, so she is requesting her today with folded hands. Prachi asks that what does she want? Pallavi asks Prachi to stay away from Rambro until he recovers and Prachi should leave him in peace without any fight. Prachi says that she never fought with Rambro and she just supported the truth when she found out that the truth has been hidden. She gives a long speech on how to protect the truth. Pallavi says she doesn't need Prachi's long explanation. Aliyah says she doesn't think that Prachi will leave Rambro alone. Shahana requests Aliyah to instead stop giving stress to Prachi and says she can even touch her feet for that. Aliyah shows her feet and says that she is not interested though. Shahana warns Aliyah that if she gives stress to Prachi, then she will not spare her. Pallavi says that if Prachi and Shahana feel that they are under stress in this house, then they can leave the house and she will not request anyone to stop them. Shahana gets angry and tries to confront Pallavi, but Prachi stops her and goes to meet Rambro. Shahana thinks that Aliyah, Rhea and Pallavi are definitely conspiring against Prachi. Prachi enters Rambro's room and recalls Rambro expressing his love for her in that room. She holds his hand and kisses it, recalling the hospital incident. A song plays in the background. Prachi keeps Rambro's hand on her stomach and thanks him. and reveals that Rambro is going to become a father and he saved her and her baby, risking his life. She wants to talk to him a lot, but he cannot hear her. Rhea feels happy that she could hide all the truth and she thinks that she has to keep Prachi away from Rambro at any cost. Prachi apologized to Rambro for hurting him and says that she did not inform him about her pregnancy due to an unfavorable situation and she fulfilled his wish, but she cannot inform him. Prachi expresses to the unconscious Rambro how much Rambro matters to her and asks him to wake up and see how much she loves him. She rests on his chest and recalls his words that he loves her always unconditionally. She says she wants to love him unconditionally and she continues expressing her feelings for him. Rhea walks in. Prachi, noticing Rhea, quickly lifts Rambro's hand and she wipes her tears. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and please subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you.